In the Genius Lab, I use a lot of IQs to figure out how people are thinking and help deconstruct how people do what they do or how geniuses do what they do. And I'm going to teach it to you because you can totally use this in your own life. And there are some very known strategies using eye movements to help you get better results. Now, let me teach them to you first. To begin with, when someone is looking up and to the right, they're trying to create a mental picture or imagine how something will look. This is usually a place where, like if you look up this way, like Walt Disney used this strategy, he's trying to imagine how something would look. If you're looking up and to the left, you're trying to remember something you've already seen. You're trying to recall something you've already seen. All right. Now, if you're looking straight across and to the right, you're trying to imagine how something is going to sound. Like, what would it sound? What would you be hearing? If you're looking straight, to the left horizontally this way, you're trying to remember something you've heard or remember how something sounded. If you're looking down and to the right, you're remembering how something felt, or you're imagining how something will feel. It's a feeling place down and to the right. But if you're looking straight down, usually it's internal dialogue. What are you saying to yourself? So in the Genius Lab, I am constantly looking for the eye movements, and I can see how people are thinking just based on where they're looking. Now, here's the really interesting part. When I'm asking someone to deconstruct their strategy, oftentimes what'll happen, because they don't know how they do what they do, people who are good at what they do it so fast they don't know. Usually what'll happen is there'll be like a place their eye lands or stops. And if you can hold that space, there is almost always a really interesting kind of strategy behind that little place they're holding their eye, which by the way, just happens in a nanosecond. They'll just hold it and I'm just noticing it really fast. And when I can stop them and ask them, hey, what's there? Usually it's something interesting. It's like, oh my God, I just imagined this thing, or I saw a list in my mind, or I saw a chart, or I went into, this place in my heart. But they did that all by kind of just accessing this place, and they do it again and again and again. It's a repeated motion that they use to access something going on within them, what they're trying to achieve. It's really fascinating. But eye movements are interesting. And if you just notice what your own are, it'll give you a window into how you think. And if you want to be thinking differently, just put your eyes in a different spot and it'll help you. Like if you're not a great speller, then look up and to the left because it'll help you remember how a word looked. That's actually how good spellers do it. Is they're looking up and to the left to remember how something looked as a word. So anyway, tons of strategies around eye movements, but that whole kind of canon of psychology using the eyes is fascinating. Let me know what you think in the comments.